And welcome back, Dragon Ball Super fans and our amazing Anime Lately fans. We are back for the last Dragon Ball Super chapter review of the year of 2020. The garbage fire that was 2020 is about to end, or just burn into another year. We about to see. But anyway, the Moro arc is over officially, and it has some highs, it has some lows, and really at this point, I don't know how I feel about Super as a whole. So I want to throw it to y'all. What y'all like? Because I figured this would just kind of be our discussion about Super from 2020, including the Moro arc, just overall. So what y'all think? Well, how did the Moro arc make you feel as Dragon Ball fans, except for Vash because he likes GT?
I'm happy that you put that out there. Like, I like GT. I'm proud of it. Super Saiyan 4 has to be canon.
Yeah, somebody's got to be proud of it. So yeah,
I hope Super Saiyan 4 becomes canon in the future, but that's a whole different type of conversation discussion. But overall, I agree, has high lows. Moro, the concept that we introduced with magic came in from Moro. We saw the Lords of Lords from Boo. We saw Oob. It has interesting concept about Vegeta actually training and learning techniques that is not outside of his realm. So I like what it is, and since I'm the least Dragon Ball Super fan, or Dragon Ball Super as a series, I like what introduced. Hopefully in 2021 we get more lower and more Vegeta W's instead of L's that he gets, possibly, and more interesting concept of where Merus and other these characters are gonna be more introduced, because he's not an age anymore. So I like things get introduced, and more of this android stuff is kind of getting reborn with it now, or reused in a way.
I don't know. I kind of, well, I'm gonna let James go first. Then we can talk about what was revealed at the end of this last chapter. But
yeah. As a whole, I mean, at the very beginning, I loved the Moro arc. Right. I mean, this arc gave us so many things that were new, so many things that paid homage to things that we've seen before. And then I'll be honest, like we get to the end of the arc, and then it kind of just feels like everything else in Dragon Ball since the dawn of Dragon Ball. And then I honestly just felt underwhelmed. And it's like, well, I knew that was going to happen before the arc even existed, because that's just what happens. Like, Moro was such an interesting being, this being that can absorb life energy from planets, from people. So it's, again, like we've talked about before, this is something that our heroes just can't punch. And in the end, that's kind of exactly what they do. They just punch the problem away, and
that's
then
exactly
it's
what he
gone.
did.
After they
Punches
receive
slash feed it.
yeah, and after they receive this MacGuffin level amount of energy, that really pissed me off. As much as I was happy to see Oob, like the fact is like, oh, cool, he has divine power, and now he has just enough power to give to Goku so that he can use Ultra Instinct to defeat Moro. It's just like, it just pisses me off with it's just energy that just comes out of nowhere to give to Goku so that he can win. You know what I mean? It happens every time, whether it's like a spirit bomb or like some type of tragedy. There's always something that just gives him this magical boost of power, and then it's all okay. And then at the end, oh, we'll just use the Dragon Balls and we'll literally bring everyone back to life. At first, I was like, okay, well, at least Merus is still gone. And then he shows up. I'm like, do no one's sacrifice mean anything? It's so frustrating, dude. They brought back everyone. No one's sacrifice means anything because we can just bring everyone back with the fucking Dragon Balls.
Yep. But that's the series, I mean, like that is literally the series. So unless they introduce a way that the rules are rewritten about the Dragon Balls entirely,
I hope
the
so.
series will not change. I feel like that would be a very interesting arc where somebody literally takes the time to ruin the Dragon Ball so that way their plans can finally stick. That would be really freaking cool, I think.
But
But
isn't that
I
what
doubt
happened with
that'll happen.
GT, where they became the Dark Dragon Balls and
Well,
ruined
no,
it?
so see, that was different. That was like, oh, hey, the Dragon Balls being used too many times or something like that. They have like a dark side where essentially
Yeah.
this negative energy manifests itself, and it's basically that was just Dragon Ball saying, hey, stop using it so much. Essentially, is what it really turned into. I'm like, so that was different, yes, but it was still was the same old Dragon Ball. So, but I'm with James on that. Like there were no stakes, there was no actual sacrifice because they literally brought back every planet that was destroyed, everybody who was killed by like everybody, everything was fine. Okay, the day is saved, so we really weren't worried anyway. So that's why Goku gave him a sensu bean because he knew it was gonna be fine. That's what like annoys me. Like I love that we got Oob back. I'm like thank you for like bringing Oob back. We haven't seen Oob since the last episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Yes.
Some people forget Oob's been canon forever. He was in the last episode of Dragon Ball Z.
But that's a time skip of what happened with Oob. So I'm curious to know is what Akira Toriyama, is this what he's trying to lead up to?
Time skip or not, still canon.
Oh no, still canon. I agree to it. So that's only like, is he gonna continue after that time skip? Like, is that what we're leading up to with Oob? Continue because Goku knows who that was.
So that he kind of does, but he doesn't. So it's like I'm sure that he's rewritten the way that relationship works.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
Oob was like, I'm pretty sure had Boo showed up and be like, "Hey, send your energy to Goku," and he's like, "Oh yeah, Goku." We would have known. It would have made sense there, but he didn't know who he was sending his energy to. He didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah.
So like, this has been changed, and I feel like we're gonna get an Oob arc at some point, which will be great. I just want to see how it's gonna work. But like James said, if it's just gonna be more Dragon Ball, I'm just gonna kind of take it at face value. Like I'm not like, it's just a dumb fun story. Like there's no actual like plot to it, if that makes sense. Like you get a fun villain for them to punch around a little bit, then they get punched around a little bit, somebody dies, and then they win and everybody comes back to life, the end. Yeah.
And I'll admit, maybe I'm putting in too much of my own like expectations because I liked Moro so much.
I did too.
It was leading up to actually be something different, and then it just ended up being the exact same thing as everything else. I will say, like, 7-3 has always been a very, very interesting character to me.
He was the most interesting to me.
Yeah, and his abilities are nuts. Yeah, I thought he was wasted for a second. And then I like that Toriyama did the bait and switch, giving Moro his abilities. No. 7-3 is still around. And it's like 7-3 was off an assembly line, but what makes him special is that he's been loaded up with all of this different data from all of these different people. And we have to remember, 7-3 still has the data of Moro in his prime.
That's what I was going to ask you. Do you think he has magic?
Yeah, well, he's got Moro. He copied Moro.
Yeah, he has Moro in his prime. He still has that ability. So it's like, where does that go next? Who is this new character? So it's like, again, it's fresh and interesting because Moro was kind of like a reimagination of like Cell in a way to me personally.
Absolutely, he absolutely. I mean, like
with the whole sensu bean and everything.
Not even just sensitively, but just like the way the character acted and like in the way he carried himself and the way he like commanded, like it was very much a Cell like character, which I liked. I love those characters.
Yeah, they
always get wasted at the end.
Yeah, and then like 7-3 is now this really cool upgraded android. So this has the potential to be great, but again, at the end of the arc, where are we?
Exactly. I mean, exactly where we are right now. That's where we're gonna be. I'll be very honest. Everybody's eating and drinking in Bulma's backyard like they always do.
But what I'm curious to know is, like, from what we said, 73 is like a mixture of Android and Boo, because he got destroyed so bad, but then is rebuilding slowly in a chamber again. So like,
well, I mean, this is how the androids worked initially. This is how Cell worked, like literally. So it's more just Cell, like it's an android.
But how bad do we have to defeat him so he cannot again regenerate to a molecule?
If the nucleus survived, he could regenerate. Do you not remember that about Cell?
Yes.
That was it. And that's the same thing with 7-3. So they didn't completely destroy him, and therefore he was able to regenerate. Although it's slowly, he's regenerating.
So Jacko, right? It's all his fault.
It is very much his fault.
It's all his fault.
For him not doing his damn job.
Yeah, you had one job, bro. One job. Like, just check the hole.
I
One
mean,
job.
I want him to get fired so bad because like a lot of this stuff is legitimately his fault.
Yeah,
Does he
take
ever
his
do his
medal
job?
away.
Because he's lazy and he thinks he's too good for the job, and that pisses me off. Like, get a new job.
He
bro.
doesn't take his job seriously because he was literally chilling in the computer saying, "Hey, I'm gonna do some cyber work," and then he like, "Oh, wanna come into the prison?" Like, no, actually, I'm gonna go on patrol. I'm like, my dude, you're not really taking a job seriously. You're supposed to protect the galaxy, the universe, and you literally just let 73 escape without even knowing from your nose.
But you know why he's so chill? It's because he knows that Goku and Vegeta and them exist. That's literally why he's so chill. They're his get out of jail free card, legitimately.
And
yeah,
look,
and all you had to do was check a hole. Literally, all
That's
you had
it.
to do was check a hole.
That's it. Yep. But no, but I mean, his mess up will be our entertainment. So I'm fine to see what happens, but I hope he
Indeed.
gets punished in some way. But you know, it's Dragon Ball. That won't happen. that hasn't happened since Dragon Ball with the Red Ribbon Army.
that's been years. But how did you guys feel about Merus though? Like, in honesty, about him being alive and him just losing his angel's powers because his father.
I mean, well, the Grand Priest was like, "Hey, all right, so I knew this was gonna happen because y'all always doing stuff y'all ain't supposed to do." Essentially. And so he was like, it wasn't really his fault because you basically enabled him to do it. So he died, but he's not an angel anymore, so it ain't my problem. Essentially, it was like,
yeah,
okay, that's fine. It's like that to me helped realize that the angels aren't as ruthless as I thought they were, which is nice.
But also it's because Kai of Earth said, "Hey, I'll give my life," but then if he did that, that means Beerus dies as well because they're both of a flip side coin.
Yeah, I mean, but it's also that's Universe 7. That's that's the lead that they have. It's like if the overarching beings of the universe are like that, that's why Z fighters are like this. You know, that's the where they get it from essentially. And I'm like, I get it, that makes sense, but it's also like, what else were they gonna do? You know. So I don't even think he'll even be important later on. That's the hilarious part. It's just like, oh yeah, he's alive. He didn't die. Oh well.
I hope so because I want to see more training with him and Goku and maybe master Ultra Instinct even more.
He ain't got his powers to train him no more.
Yeah, like he can't keep up with Goku anymore. And
No.
Goku's already
That's
mastered
true.
it. He's already mastered it. It is what it is.
I mean, if he's mastered anything, he mastered sign at least. So yeah.
Do you think we will see it?
I mean, they said that he like fully mastered Ultra Instinct now.
Well, then there's no point in continuing Dragon Ball.
Yeah, but I said like, and because Beerus, the god, even the Grand Priest, I said that the Ultra Instinct is the highest form of power. Where else can we go?
I don't think they said it's the highest. They just said it's one of the most powerful.
Yeah,
they said that the gods trained to attain something like that.
Correct.
But
yeah.
I mean, he's always created something more ridiculous than the latest form of Goku. Like always, he always does. So I'm curious to see what it's going to be next.
Yeah, so it's like what's next? And another thing that I hated was Piccolo, Gohan, they're all on the sidelines, and the only thing that they do is give Goku their energy once again. It's like, really? When is Gohan going to do anything, bro? When is Piccolo going to do anything?
Those characters died in the Buu Saga.
I love Tien. I grew up watching Tien on Dragon Ball. Bro, when is Tien going to do anything cool?
So,
when Tien realized that he could keep up with them, he was like, bro, Yamcha just there, bro. He's a meme now.
Just play baseball, get rich, have a nice life, buddy.
That's what he should do.
I don't care.
Like, that's what he could be an incredible baseball player. Like, he should just go do it, but he don't. Oh well. But I'm just like, Moro ate planets. Ate them. And then he had them all shook for like maybe 2 chapters. And then they were like, we might be able to take it. Then the magic. Where'd it go? What happened? What happened to the magic? He didn't use it no more. He uses the fuse with Earth, and that was it. And I'm like, well, that was dumb. But okay, he got more interested in everybody else's abilities than his. And I'm like,
it kind of felt like the Green Lantern type of movie with Ryan Reynolds. Like he just fused.
That doesn't exist.
Yeah, I actually have no idea.
I've
What you're talking about.
never heard of this thing. Wow,
There
you
was
just
a Green Lantern movie.
yeah, you made up this weird thing. There you
That's
go, making stuff
true.
up again.
That's true because Deadpool did kill it in the movie. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm just so y'all might be like, man, they really didn't like this. There were parts of this that I loved. There was just some, and I mean, like it did the Dragon Ball thing where they do some hype stuff that gets me excited, and I love it. But like when you look at it as a whole, it's pretty weak. I'm not gonna lie. Like it was fun, but it was lackluster, and
yeah,
that's okay. But I do expect, I would like for there to be more, and especially when it's in Shonen Jump now, competing with all the other Shonen and Shonen Jump that are doing very well.
Yeah.
So
my favorite, it was seeing Vegeta training in Yarok. To see that actually happening, where he actually wanted to learn a move, and he also mastered teleportation in very smooth to go from that planet to Earth. That was amazing too. Like to actually see him training.
Well, he didn't master it.
No, not master, but he did it once.
He learned it enough to use it.
To use it.
Like
because
once.
he don't want to be like Goku to learn a move like his, because that's his move. He wants to have his own move.
That's frustrating though. It's like it's a very useful move. Like it is a very, very useful technique.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that's cool. So I'm waiting for y'all were like, yeah, Vegeta needs to get his W. Vegeta needs to get his own character. I'll be honest. Like Vegeta has the potential to be a very good character, and he is always on the cusp of being great. And then they're like, actually, no, you're not. Sit down, sidekick.
See, I'm spoiled by Horikoshi, right? Because all I want right now is a Vegeta arc where it's mainly about him and everyone else shows up, but it's mainly about him and what he's doing. But that's never going to happen, dude.
Because
it's
Goku.
Just never going to happen.
Yeah, I mean...
Can we talk about Beerus's punishment real quick? Sorry, I know I'm jumping around, but it just popped into my head.
It's great. God.
I felt bad, though, but it was hilarious.
I feel bad for Beerus. Beerus has put himself in a weird position with his entire relationship with Universe 7. Like, he is in a weird spot.
And he has the right to hate Goku because he kept blaming him during that run. Like, he's the god of destruction. Before he met Goku, he was destroying planets. He ate food. He was chilling around Wiz and everything. After he met Goku, he's being whipped by these two children.
I mean, this is also Beerus' fault for wanting to smoke at all. You know what I'm saying? He didn't expect to get the smoke that he got from Goku and them. He didn't expect that. He was like, I'm the god of destruction. I'll come down here. Oh, wait now. Hold up. What's going on?
And because of Goku, I mean, he's tasted the best food he's ever had in his existence.
This is also true. So,
It just happens when you want the munchies. Like, if you want those craving desserts and your pudding, you gotta wait and go to Earth.
I mean, but you also gotta, be a little bit of Zeno. I'm like, okay, cool. Man,
he goes there as being written as a horse, as a dog. I
was laughing the whole time.
I laughed the whole time too. I'm like, dang, bro, how the mighty have fallen all the way down. All the way down. You were the guy. Yeah, they were scared of you.
And like 2 years ago. Too. The Kai was also, they had a competition. Wiz was just chilling. Like, yeah, dog.
He gets the pass because he's an angel. You know what I'm saying? He's like, oh, I was just doing my job.
Which is true, yeah.
So,
when are we going to see Whis fight? Because Whis was able to stop Moro with a finger. That was dope as
there has been not a single individual who's been able to touch Whis.
Except Broly. Broly didn't try.
No.
He kept dodging.
He tried. He couldn't touch Whis. Whis was like, okay, whatever, kid. All right, whatever. I'm just here to kind of get move. I'm trying to get past you, essentially, is what it was. That would be lit. I would love to see that. If they introduce some sort of character that can fight Whis. Imagine if a 7-3 or a copy of 7-3 gets a hold of an angel. That would be interesting.
I mean, I think that's where they have to go next. Like, again, with Goku having mastered Ultra Instinct, with Vegeta only learning new abilities, and he can now absorb spirit energy. Where do you go, bro? So I mean, you have to at some point.
So I'm waiting for that. So I'm assuming we're gonna get this thing where Vegeta's it's been storing up spirit energy and hits a celestial version of Super Saiyan or something like that. It'll be some wild or it's soul fusion or whatever. And it'll be cool, but It's not Ultra Instinct. That's all.
For me, I also one thing I like about this arc of Moro is that the conversation that Goku got with Merus of why he always believed in people having a second chance. It was beautiful. It was sentiment of what of the character of Goku, but I wish it was more consistent of his character. And like at least we get a backstory of why he gives Frieza a chance all the time, because he believes that all these bad things they do, one day they'll do a good thing and will accept all these wrongs. And the concept technically in the real world would not be good, but in Goku's mind it's like, yeah, I hope Frieza will stop killing one day. Like that's a big hope, because Frieza have said it before, he would never do that.
Yeah, so, Goku should be in jail, bro. He's endangered the Earth and the universe more times than any other being around. Yeah. Like a lot of this stuff has happened literally because of him. There was a time where people showed up because he was there, but then he started going and looking for trouble, and that's where we are now.
And that's why Beerus hates him, because of that reason.
Yeah, it's the Civil War effect. It's like, yeah, you saved the world, but you caused all of this.
Mm-hmm. That it was also your fault.
Like,
you can't say, oh, look, you can't say, hey, y'all, look what I did, when it's like, hey, yo, look what you did.
Like, it's your fault that you did this. Like, appreciate for saving Earth, but we had to use Dragon Balls to bring back the other 100,000 people you got killed and other planets.
Question for you guys. Do you think Toriyama always had the idea that Oob had the divine power from the Lord of Lords? Or do you think this was something just made up because that's how we needed to finish this arc?
I feel like he probably knew because, I mean, Oob is Boo, just reincarnated. Right. So it would make sense that he had that divine energy because he was the good version of Boo, literally like brought back. And I'm like, oh, that does actually make so that's why I was really excited when I saw it, because I was like, oh, it's not like he's just getting power from some random place or from all over the universe again. He got it from a place that legitimately made sense. They had Boo in this arc, and then all of a sudden, Oob is here. By the way, he has this Lord of Lords divine energy. Da-da! It just made sense to me. I was like, okay, I get that. And I do like that. It's just that now do something with it.
Yeah,
please.
I really liked it. I really liked it as well.
Don't let it just be that we need Goku to have the final power up to beat the guy. No, please let it be like, let something come from that character, please.
Yeah, but this is the thing. I don't want Oob to become Vegeta. Like, I don't want Oob to be like the huge part of this like big fight, and then it's like, oh well, he takes the L and then Goku wins.
So I would foresee him being Future Trunks.
That's what I was gonna say. Either Future Trunks or the Gohan, where he gets all that training and gets his moment, and then boom.
We don't talk about that Gohan. He don't exist no more. But he would take more of the Future Trunks role, I think.
I hope so.
Especially if they start bringing Time Patrol stuff into this, like for real.
That's why I hope we're getting more, because we're getting more Time Patrol with the concept with 73 and everything. Like, we will see more, and hopefully Jocko or other characters as well.
The Xenoverse stuff is wild and a lot of fun, and if they bring even just like a piece of that into this, it would be a lot more fun. Those villains are wild and do some crazy stuff, so yeah, I would like to see it. I'm not talking about bringing like hero stuff, but just like a fraction of the Xenoverse stuff, just a little tiny bit. I'd love that.
It would be interesting to build the world and the actual characters more into that concept, so I'll be excited to see if that comes true, to see the Time Patrol stuff, Future Trunks. That would be very interesting to actually see, and not just Dragon Ball Super becoming only a Goku power, but more of an actual world built with its characters.
I mean, we kind of gotten teased for some world building stuff, but it was literally just a Goku power up. Like that's what it was. And like I said, I am not gonna say this was like bad, because Dragon Ball has always been what Dragon Ball is. Just compared to everything else, it is very weak in the story department.
Yeah, like I don't think it was bad at all. It's just I just found it boring at the end.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because it's just never ending cycle. It's starting to feel like fairy tale for me, honestly. Where it's just like there's no expectations, there's nothing for me to look forward to, because it's like, sure, this is all really cool, but in the end we all know that Goku's going to win. He's going to get some other power up, he's going to get some energy from somewhere else, someone is going to use telepathy to contact someone else on the other side of the universe to send energy to Goku so that he can win. That's what it's going to be every single time.
Dragon Ball was the most interesting when Goku was dead. That's all I'm saying.
But
Every
then
time he died, it was lit.
But then he can't
'cause
no more
there-
because they have the Dragon
There was
Balls.
cool. There was cool stuff in the other world that was happening, and then on Earth they had to do their own thing. Yeah, so I mean, just saying.
Yo, just imagine if we see Cooler or something, other characters from the movies as well back. Like instead of bringing Broly as well, imagine seeing Cooler or other characters that we've seen in the movies, but now in the new generation.
I
that'd
need
be amazing.
Janemba. I need
Yes.
Janemba to
Yes,
be
that
canon.
too.
That one would be great. I would love that. Because I mean, Gogeta's canon now, so give me some more of that. You know, the best fusion. Okay, nobody. Gogeta's the best fusion. I don't care what nobody says.
No, it is. It is definitely. But in a serious question, do you ever think we will see Super Saiyan 4 or Baby canon and written better in the future? Or
I
is that-
think Baby's pointless, and I think Super Saiyan 4. I mean, with Broly has already been made canon.
Or if you think about it, do you think Baby is like a version of 73?
I hope not, because I hate Baby, dude. I think Baby's a terrible character. I really think it's really boring. It's a watered down version of Cell in the most boring way possible. There's nothing interesting about him.
No, but I'm saying like with this character of 73, it's like a better version of Baby in a way. Cause it could heal, it could regenerate, it take other people's powers. That's what Baby did in a way. It's just a better version.
I mean,
of it.
but that's kind of what Cell can do. I don't know. I refuse to act like Baby exists. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
I mean, Baby is okay. I could see them leaning into something that shows you what might have become Baby in the far future. But I really hope that they don't bring Baby into this, to be very honest with you, because while Baby was just to me annoying. He was a very annoying character.
He was.
And I didn't have a good time with that. You know who was a lit character though? Super 17. That character was lit.
Yes, bro.
I would
Bring
love
back
for that.
Super 17.
I to this day, some of that, like the android stuff, was my favorite stuff in Dragon Ball. Like, and I'm not just saying Cell. I mean, all of the android stuff was always awesome.
Oh yeah,
and that goes back to Dragon Ball. Like I always thought that was like the coolest stuff because it was more like this is the humans making other stuff that like is more powerful than these Z fighters, and they're like, hey, what's happening? But I would like more of that. It's like, yes, we have space in all this universe now, but there's only so many times where it's like, hey, there's this alien coming to blow up the Earth again. What we gonna do? You know exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna go train for a day and come back and whoop it. Okay.
I would love to see Pycon to be a part of.
Yes.
He's one of my favorite like Dragon Ball characters.
He was like
that Otherworld tournament will forever be one of my favorite arcs of Dragon Ball Z. Period.
Yeah,
It's so
sick.
good. It was so much fun. It was a lot of fun, and like they were interesting. And I don't know. Do y'all just realize, like, do you feel like Dragon Ball Z just had more of a serious tone then too?
yes.
I mean, I think so.
Like I felt like it just had more of a serious tone then that made like the fights feel more impactful, I guess.
Yeah, because I mean, I know what you mean, because it's like, yes, Moro killed like trillions of people throughout the galaxy, but it didn't feel the same as Dragon Ball Z, dude.
Nope.
Because I know they're just gonna use the Dragon Balls and bring everyone back.
Yeah, I understand that. But it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, what can they do to make it feel more impactful? Because like in a world where you have the literal scapegoat, like scape dragon, I should call it, what can they do to make that more interesting? Like I'm like, what can you do?
That is the only thing from GT that
That's
I
what I'm
like.
hoping for. The
Which
Black
is-
Dragon Balls.
Exactly.
I just want them to get rid of them. Like,
But
just
that's
make
a
the-
way.
That too.
But
I
that's
just-
a
I'm
way
like-
to
I'm-
bring
I'm-
back
so what-
Dragon Balls in a way.
I just want them to make them like, what's the word I'm thinking for? Just malignant. Like I don't want like they can exist. They don't work anymore. They've been used too much.
I would love that. I would love that, honestly.
That would be wild. Like all of a sudden it's like we can't use these anymore because we've used them too much.
There's just no stakes. Can you think of a single person in Dragon Ball that's died, like an important character that's died that hasn't come back, that isn't alive like right now?
Is Launch back? No, he just forgot about her. That's different. I'm sure there's somebody yelling at the screen right now.
Yeah, I'm sure
It's
there's someone.
such and such. Ah!
But I'm just saying, like, you should be able to think, like, if you talked about like My Hero, you would instantly be able to think of someone, or like
Crust.
Attack on Titan, or you would easily be able to pick someone from these
Excellent.
other,
He said important, bro. Anyway,
his
yeah.
sacrifice was important.
Hey, his cape. That's a big
I
importance.
was about to say that should be like the rankings. Excellence is cape. Sorry, we're getting on track now. But yeah, you're right. Like but that's just Dragon Ball, and I hate that that's the only excuse I can come up with. That's just Dragon Ball, man. It's in the name.
I just been thinking
Not
for
good
the
enough
past
anymore.
minute that James asked that, and I'm just been thinking like, oh, Dragon Ball Z, GT, sorry, not GT, Super, like what canon stuff is. Can't think of one character.
The one character that died that didn't come back, Grandpa Gohan. Only one.
Yeah.
But still, that's the very first one though. That's the only one that comes to my mind for me. Is Grandpa Gohan. Grandpa Gohan died, and they did not bring him back with the Dragon Balls, which is really weird.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't care about Nappa. Like,
why didn't he bring him back? Oh, never mind.
Or
why didn't he
Raditz.
bring back Grandpa?
Oh,
Gohan?
technically Raditz.
yeah, why don't they just wish him back? Is there a time limit?
I don't know. And maybe Goku just forgot.
I probably don't care about him.
Not.
He's
He
idiot.
named his son after him.
Remember, Goku
But
forgot.
Gohan is also the word for dinner, I think.
and remember, Goku forgot about kissing his own wife when Vegeta asked.
I think that was just a dumb line they made up to make Goku look even stupider. He know what he did. He clapped them cheeks too many times to be like, yeah, no, I ain't never kissed her. Yeah, man, you ain't got to kiss her to make a baby.
Yeah, because he has 2 kids. There's no way you skip from first base to home base.
Some people, man, you just you'd be surprised. But I don't know. Dragon Ball Super, like overall, in 2020 for me was I. Like I said, and this is all I can say about it. And it sucks. It's like it has some really awesome moments, like when we got to see Yadra come back into the fold. When they first fought Moro, and we were like, "Hey, yo, this dude's different." And then they were like, "Actually, we gonna beat him just like we beat everybody else."
Yep.
So I don't know. What final thoughts from y'all?
For me, Dragon Ball Super was a heartbeat. Up, down, up, down. It just depends on the story. It depends how you feel, but it's a heartbeat. Like I really didn't know if I like it or not. It was enjoyment, to its fullest, where you get what you get. You can't really guess up. You just be entertained for what it is. But if you like the series, just keep it going. Hopefully, Toriyama gives Vegeta W, Oob something, the Black Dragon Balls. Like we just have more optimistic and hopeful more than just like
just
don't
give
let
us
down.
something different. We don't need. I really don't want you using nothing from GT. Just give us something different.
Like you give us moral, you give us magic. Conclusion is what it is. But hey, you gave us 73 now. Let's see where you take it.
Exactly. I'm the same way. Like I was underwhelmed. I was riding high the entire time, and then literally those last 4 chapters, I'm like, yeah, this is the same shit we've seen every single time. It is what it is. But the very end made me very interested in this new character that's hunting down 7-3. I'm very interested to see where this goes. Like, I want to know all about these abilities that 7-3 has that we don't know about. Why didn't Moro use any of them? Doesn't matter. But I'm very curious to see all of that stuff. So I'm excited for the next arc. Like, I love Dragon Ball. It's just sometimes I want to be challenged just a little bit more. Just a little bit more.
I feel you on that, man. And then I'll throw it to you, the watcher. What did you think of Dragon Ball Super in 2020? Leave it down in the comments below. Do you not agree with us at all? Do you agree with us in what we thought about Super overall? Let us know. Just type in a little comment. We'll read it, good or bad. I mean, I ignore the bad ones just to let you know. But anyway, the good ones we respond to, and it's great. If you like this video, hit it with a like because it helps us, know what kind of stuff y'all like to watch here on YouTube. And then if you love what we're doing here on Anime Lately, which you probably should, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We truly appreciate it because we got plenty more content like this coming in 2021. And then you can also find our thoughts on Dragon Ball Super in the next year. So until then, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas, all that fun stuff. We'll see you for the next arc of Dragon Ball Super. Peace.